wanted that even to answer you. Like, how did that make you feel when you heard that news and that from losing our close friend?
Bro, I was heartbroken when me and you stopped talking. I'll be real with you. I'll keep it real with you. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Yeah. The only time man feel like love in my heart is for the people that I actually got like deep love for. Like I don't love a lot. I don't really bring people around me. I don't trust people. Bro, I trusted you around my family. I brought you to my house and it. Like, you know me, I'm secretive with them things. I know that. I'm very secretive with my yard and where I lay my head because I don't really trust people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you, I would just bring you in my house like it's normal. Like, yeah, come sit down, bro. It's 4 or 5 hours. Let's film something. Let's just chill. You know what I'm saying? Because like we was raised together. I don't even look at it as like man doing this or doing that. You know what I'm saying? So I was hurt even before that with us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I was hurt with that. And then when I got the news with Danny, I broke down, bro. Oh, man.
Come on.
Welcome back, Rare Talks. You already know what it is. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hey, this one is a special. Hey, this one is a special.
It's a reunion.
Come on, man. If you don't know who I got in my driving seat right next to me, it's the original. Toes Hillian. Fendizionio. In the building.
Hey, come on, my brother. My family, you know.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Come on, bro. We had to get me. This is normal, bro. This is something that we should have done a while ago.
I know. I'm not gonna lie. We should have still.
Real talk, man.
So I'm with my brother Fend. If you don't know, Fend's my first ever co-host.
Word.
Basically like my co-founder, if I'm being truthfully honest, because I started this with him. I actually had that idea of starting Rare Talks. A lot of people don't know this.
Yeah.
So I said, yo, my brother, I want to start a podcast. You know?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, what do you want to do, man? And I'm like, I don't know, man. I want to get the whole Hill one. Yeah. I think we should all talk about experiences when we was younger.
Yeah, word.
The Hill's the best place in the world, bro. What are you talking about? Toast Hill till we go.
Come on.
So, yeah, we linked up and that was it. You know what I'm saying? So, that was it, man. And then from there, we just created history. First thing that I don't think anyone's ever done with the Hill is like put us on the map in a positive light. It's always like negative and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Some shooting, some stabbing, someone died or, you know what I'm saying? So this was like the first time we created history together.
100%. And I fully rate, like, you know, like even the time man had away from me, you know, sometimes you have to reflect, fam, like, a man really respect as well, like, just your whole craft, bro, like, your vision, even from when we was young, bro. Remember, we've grown up together. People don't know that. They see us sitting on podcasts. A lot of these podcasts have been put together, bro. But like you said, you called, man, you was like, yo, bro, Fen, we're going to talk about the ends. You get me? Like, our story hasn't really been told like that. You get me? A lot of us, like, there's a lot of ends that do music or they're doing documentaries or whatever it is. But our end, the only people that really do that is either you or me. So I'm trying to say, bro. And even from back in the days, bro, like when you had even a vision before even Rare TV, bro. I always say this, bro. Do you remember when we was in like Brighton, Rude Boy, New Year's 50 man? And you remember? And you was catching the youngest, they were drinking Fosters and that, fam. You remember that, innit? You see what I'm saying? So even from then, and you said to me, Rare TV is gonna be the biggest platform in the world. I remember you said this was before like even YouTube existed. So I used to think, how is this guy even gonna do this? And you did, bro. And even what you done with Rare TV helped create a scene. You get me? Boom, you came back. You said, yeah, I'm gonna podcast. And bro, we made history, bro. Like, you get me? And obviously, your vision, even you do everything, bro. You're directing. You get me? You edit. People need to know what this guy does, though. It's a lot. Because now man started doing my own thing.
You see how hard it is now?
Bro.
It's long. I like I told you it's long, innit? Yeah. Bro, man sitting there for hours like, bro, what am I doing, bro?
Fam, you see what I'm trying to say? So, and I rate you for that because you taught, man, bro. Man knows how to use a rollcaster. Man even just knows how to sit angling, lighting, like just these things I learned from you, my brother. So I really, like, I appreciate you, fam, innit? And the people need to know that, like, this is my brethren. No matter what we go through personally, fam, like, no one can't ever go around the thing, fam. You see what I'm trying to say, fam? We will have our issues. That's between us. You see what I'm saying, fam?
Facts.
Like, you get me?
And it's mad because like people don't actually understand how much stuff we've been through just in life in general, like as brothers. You know what I'm saying? Man's been there for each other and everything from like
everything.
Like man's been through wars together. Man's been to visit, man. Everything. Like we've all been through some real life stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I think for us, like, it's good that we get this chance to sit down and like and talk. You know, say as brothers. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like people will see two brothers fighting.
Yeah.
And then like try and get involved.
Yeah.
And then like try and pick sides of like, oh, I'm with this person, with that person. But we're still brothers.
It's true though.
Like we're still brothers no matter what. You know what I'm saying? And there's people behind the scenes like that'll be talking to us. Like my brother called me and be like, what? Bro, you need to link with Fen, bro. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like,
that's true.
Come on, man. You're like an idiot thing, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, man. What, you're not going to talk to Fen? Like, for really?
Yeah, it's true.
And I'm like, nah, man. He's like, bro, get out your feelings, bro. Go chat to your brethren, bro. That's your nigga for like 100 years, bro. Come on, man. Bro. Like, I've known you since Fen Stanton, so we're talking about like 5, 6 years old.
Yeah,
yeah.
6 years
Arsenal
old,
versus
bro.
Man United.
Yeah, bro.
Eric Cantona
in the playground.
Yeah, and
bro.
Ian Wright. I saw you had the top with Ian Wright.
Yeah,
on
I
the
had
back.
the Ian Wright top. What was you repping them time?
You know,
Andy Cole on that.
Andy Cole,
yeah,
my guy,
yeah.
Dwight York.
You know what it is? The Man United fans in school, they were just like, in primary school, it's like they went to force everyone to support Man United. You know what I mean? There, fam. Man's like, nah, bro, man's Arsenal, cuz Ian Wright, you get me? We got the Greens on our team as well, you get me? But nah, for real, our friendship, it goes back, bro. We've been through a lot. We've done a lot together, even when it comes to the entertainment that we're putting out. People seeing me doing music or whatever it is, you've always been a part of my journey. So I'm trying to say, no matter what, even when you fell back off music and I called you like, yeah, I beg you just jump on my tape. Yeah, just for you, bro. Like, you get me? Just little things like that. So, bro, our thing's different. Our family, like you said, our families know each other. Like, my dad always asks this for you, bro. Like,
So is my mum, bro.
You see what I'm trying to say?
So is my mum, bro. So is my mum was telling me, how you fall out with your friend?
You see what I'm saying? I didn't even say anything.
She said, what are you talking about? Go talk to your friend. Like, my mum looked at me like I'm an idiot, blood. She looked at me like I'm an idiot. Like, what? So like, she's like, Leon, like she all said you're govy.
Yeah,
so I didn't want to say man's govy. I didn't want to say man's govy.
Word.
But like she said man's govy and that, you know what I'm saying? So like that things like that make me like realize, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, it's true though. It's true still. Cause even your brother, like called man, Shamar called man, he's like, listen, you lot have to fix up, you get me? Like, whatever you lot have gone through, it don't matter. You see what I'm trying to say? Like, we're foundation, bro.
Because we're broskies.
We're bros, man.
And you know what, yeah? Even when brothers fall out, it doesn't mean it's hate. Yeah. And this is what I want everyone to know. Like, if you fall out with your brother, because you know what I've seen with some of these youngers, they'll fall out with their brother and try and kill him.
Yeah, no, exactly, bro. Come on, fam, man. That's not our generation. Bro.
That's mad, fam. Because you know what?
All these youngers that are beefing, like you said, they all went to school with each other.
They were best friends at one time, and then they had a little fallout over some idiot internet thing.
Yeah.
And now they talk about, I'm gonna nank you up when I see you, bro. I'm telling you right now, yeah, I never had any intentions of anything ill with you.
Same,
you know what I'm saying?
Same.
I was pissed, but I didn't have any.
I was pissed.
But I wouldn't because you know how deep it is. Man knows each other so long, like man knows each other's like intimate family members. Man knows your son, bro.
Yeah, word though.
Like, you know, I seen your son before he was even born.
It's true.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
no, it's true.
Man knows I know everything, bro.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like, I can't even be on that kind of like energy with man, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like sometimes, even if you separate for a little while, doesn't mean the love's gone.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that we have to kill each other or something evil, you know what I'm saying?
It's just sometimes, you know what it is? Sometimes, man, just, what's it called? Sometimes even like you're around each other too much, jar each other, you get me?
Facts.
And then like, even at that time, I'll admit, bro, I thought that I just needed a break. You know what I mean there? It wasn't
was putting in a lot of work, bro. Was putting in a lot of work.
You get me?
Was putting in consistency.
Yeah, and I'm just a man, you're a professional, fam. Like, and that's, I'll tell everyone, I'm professional, but this guy's on time, everything. Like, bro, we're not doing no smoking breaks, none of that. We're getting to work. Do everything after. And I really respect that, bro, because that's what, like, congratulations, bro. Like, I'm going to congratulate you on camera as your brother, fam. You know what I mean? There's someone that was here at the beginning. People might see me, because people going to have their opinions of me as well. Fen. Used to see people come, bro, I used to get trolled a lot, you know. Like, you get me? You're a snake, you're this, you know what I mean?
They don't know, they don't even troll you.
I used to get trolled, bro.
They used to troll, someone used to troll me all the time and be like, where's your co-host, Fen? I'd be like, move from me, man, leave me alone. I used to get me mad.
Picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
is he? I know he's from the hill. He's one of the man them. He's one of the man them. 100%.
Why would you
Fend.
one on his profile?
Bro, you know when you know it's one of the man them? It's one of the man them.
Certain things that he says.
It's certain things.
Yeah,
He's like,
certain things.
hey, Ray, you're not bad. Because this, that, and other. I'm like, how do you know
things.
certain information?
He does say certain
Why are you
things
always
still.
talking about my brother Fend? Because when people bring your name up here, I get pissed off because like you're my brother, innit?
Yeah.
So someone brings your name up, like, oh, where's Fend? I'm like, bro, stop asking me questions, bro. Like, leave me alone, bro. Like, you know, like, you're just pissing me off because that's my brother, regardless of anything.
True,
and I even think Lou's done it once, and I was like, bro, he was trolling me. He trolled me. He was trolling me. Like, he said, oh, I don't watch your podcast since Fend's not there. And I was like, alright, cool.
Hey, lose you now.
Cool. And I was like, it's like he wanted me to say that, and I just laughed and I said, brother, why are you getting involved in like brothers things? Like move, man.
Yeah.
And he's
Man's
like,
not involved in your politics with your.
yeah. If I see him going through something with his brethren, I'm not gonna say anything because like that's brothers, innit? Like if you know how we move, you know that regardless of whatever happens, we're gonna come back together. Yeah, 100%, you know what I'm saying? And then
100%.
after,
Not a hate thing, fam.
you know, after Danny died, obviously we've been in contact before that anyway.
We was.
But after Danny died and we linked back up again, I thought, rah, I actually love my brothers, you know.
Yeah.
I actually love all of them. Like,
It's true, you know.
all of you lot. Like, I just got love for you lot.
Cause look, like, and even to answer you, like, how did that make you feel when you heard that news and that from losing our close friend?
Bro, I was heartbroken when me and you stopped talking. I'll be real with you. I'll keep it real with you. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Yeah. The only time man feel like love in my heart is for the people that I actually got like deep love for. Like, I don't love a lot. I don't really bring people around me. I don't trust people. Bro, I trusted you around my family. I brought you to my house and it. Like, you know me, I'm secretive with them things. You know, like, I know that. I'm very secretive with my yard and where I lay my head because I don't really trust people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you, I would just bring you in my house like it's normal. Like, yeah, come sit down, bro. It's 4 or 5 hours. Let's film something. Let's just chill. You know what I'm saying? Because like we was raised together. I don't even look at it as like man doing this or doing that. You know what I'm saying? So I was hurt even before that with us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I was hurt with that. And then when I got the news with Danny, I broke down, bro. Because I'll be real with you. It's like, man talks about men's mental health on my platform and all that stuff, innit? I talk about men's mental health and, you know, men should do this. And I help a lot of people just in general, like strangers. Like random guys with DM. I'll show you my DMs are full up, bro, of man that's talking about, like, I just want to top myself and I don't want to live anymore. Yeah, and I'm helping them guys. I've even started a little support group, like, with man them in it. And we just all like, just have banter. And if a man's going through something, be like, yeah, I've just won my court pill. I'm going to see my children next week. And we'll all be like, yeah, bro, like, big up to you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when I heard my own friend, like someone that I grew with, topped himself, that was like, I didn't know, man. It hit me different. It hit me different because I was like, why couldn't I have helped him? Why didn't he reach out to me? Like, all you have to do is send me a DM and say, yo, Ray, I'm going through it. I would have said, send me your number now. I would have called him. And however long I'd have spoke to him on the phone. Like, whatever you need, bro. Same. You know what I'm saying?
Because you're right, like, bro, like, when I got the news, and imagine I was just about to start filming, fam. I was about to film an episode. As I'm sitting down, like, I'm in Pirate. I'm about to sit down. I get a call. Boom. This is before you called me. Danny, I said, what? And, bruv, like, it didn't even sink in. So I was like, you know what? Let me do this. Because now I can't even take this. I can't even, like, I want to finish this episode and then hopefully everything, it was just a hoax. Like, not trying to, you get me? But, like, it just wasn't. And then you called me. And then, bruv, that's when it hit home, fam. And then I was like, nah, blood, like, this is real. Like, and again, like you said, like, Danny was a very, very close friend of man's. Like,
yeah, you and Danny, I'm not even going to lie, yeah. If I'm being honest, friend, yeah, like, a lot of memories that I have of Danny is with you and Danny. Yeah. Like, I remember coming to your house, yeah. And, bro, I'll never forget where you lived, bro. I can't remember what house it was, but I know your block. What is it called? What is that house called? Mascul Close. If you're not part of Mascul Close, you're not Tulsa. I don't care what you say. If you don't know where Mascul Close is, you're not Tulsa.
Yeah, trust me.
So Mascul Close, I remember Danny always coming to your house and he'd do the mad whistle. He'd go, and then Fen would come out and be like, yo, you, man, I'm coming downstairs in 10 minutes. So, like, we'd all be there. And you know what? I remember, like, I have so much good memories of my brother Danny, like, I've got so much good memories of him. Like, I got like bare memories of us when we hotboxed the lift here. And then in your lift, we messed up your lift. And then someone came in and they're like,
yeah, you lot.
And they just walked up the stairs and we was just like, And Danny was the co-conspirator of that because he used to roll up backwards. He used to roll up big L's like this.
Yeah, no, I
we used
remember.
to take us on the roof.
He used to put like them times that Benz was like 1.4. You'll put a whole Benz in a spliff, fam.
But that sounds mad saying that now, because how much is a Benz now? 0.6.
Yeah, about 0.7. You'd be lucky to get a Benz now. You know the way they're this thing. Like, you get me, especially with the Cali and that. Like, you'd be lucky. Like,
so like Danny, like with the memories that I have of him, is like all of us just united and him being involved in bare stuff. But what I do remember is he was the first one out of all of us to go jail though.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, for a while as well, for a long time.
What did you got for 2.5 or something?
Yeah,
you got a big bird, bro.
Bird at a young age, from 14 years old, when he was like 14.
You
15.
went to that place. What's that place? That secure unit place.
Yeah, he was in like a secure unit, and then he was in. I think he was in Feltham after. But do you know what? As much as like Danny was like, he was a like, you know, like he's a villain, innit? He's like a friend that was a villain, like not like to me, like, you know what I mean? Like he's always doing something, like we would say you're moving stolen, fam. Stop moving stolen. You get me? But at the same time, yeah, he had a good heart, fam. He was generous. You get me? And he was a real friend as well. Just like what we're talking about of each other, fam. Like, he was one of them, innit? Like, he was that. And there's not a lot, bro, as much as we grew up with bare man on the ends, bro, not a lot of them are like, how man can say is friends, fam. Yeah, you know what I mean there, bro? They're not true friends. Yeah, bro. You see what I'm trying to say? Man, love them and that, but they're not like, I can't really trust, man. I don't know who man's messing with, or, you get me? Yeah. But with Danny, for instance, like, when I lost my mum, like, he came to man, and he was always a man that didn't really like to show emotion. He would only show emotion when he's angry. For instance, like, oh, I want to ban a spliff, so you start wilding out. Ah, you get me? That was Danny. You know, I loved my brother, you get me? But when my mum died, bro, he actually was like, raw, like, bro, Fen, like, I'm here for you, da-da-da. Like, don't you want to say something for your mum? I'm like, bro, man, what can I say? Like, I'm speechless. I'm not going to be able to stand up at a funeral, look at all my family and say a speech. So he was like, bro, I feel that your mum would want that, you get me? And then he just said to me, look, man, if you get a like, if he was on me though, he was like, write a speech for your mum. He kept calling me and I didn't want to do it, I was avoiding it. Called me. So I sat down, I wrote the speech for my mum, you get me? And it took me time, scribbled it out, dashed it. And then next minute now, I remember the day of the funeral, he called me early. He's like, yeah, what, you got the speech ready, yeah? Boom. All right, cool, I'm going to meet at the church at this time, da-da-da-da. As soon as I was at the church, my man was there. Like, bro, you got this. I didn't even remember. You know, like, now I'm going through the emotions of my mum, this, that, and yeah. And then he stood there, and that's like when he read that speech, it was like it was me speaking. You know what I mean? There, like he was the only, not even my brother, like not even, because my brothers are different ages, but not even my brother could have reciprocated how he said it, because my mum knew him. He was the same age. She see the journey. You get me? And she treated him like a son. So that's one thing that I'll say, raw, like this guy, like when I found that out, I thought, nah, Danny, man, you know you could have called me for anything, bro. Like, I might not have seen you for a few years, but you could have called, man, for anything, fam, and I would have been there, you get me? So that, yeah, man, it hit, man, still, and I'm like, we just have to appreciate each other, bro, you get me? We have to appreciate each other still, you see what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. Man's gonna take life more, like, not saying I weren't taking it serious before, but gonna start taking life a bit more serious. You get me? And
that's why it's good for men to reach out to their brothers,
yeah,
and just speak to them, man. It's not even something like big. Like, you just reach out to your brother and say, yo, like, how are you, bro? Like, is everything blessed? You know what I'm saying? Because man grew with each other, but man's grown men now, so it's like man's going through stuff in life, but man's not speaking about it because man's just being tough about it. Yeah. And you know what, Danny? Yeah. It hit me hard because Danny was a soldier, bro.
Yeah, he was a soldier, bro.
Like, do you know, like, if you put a title next to Danny, soldier would have been, like, the name. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, like, even hearing that news was, like, it was just wild to us. And you know what? It's crazy because Danny, for me, was, like, true foundation of our childhood because he was there when we popped off DSK. Yeah, you remember? Like, and I feel like anyone that was there at that time when we was, like, involved in that kind of stuff, like, deep involved, like, you had to be man's brother because we were just on the block every day, bro. Like, just living life as youngsters, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Having fun, doing all weird stuff, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, yeah, man, with Danny, it hit a little different, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I went to go and see him the other day still, man. I'm not even going to lie, bro. I went to go and see him. I felt a bit better, you get me? Just talk to him. I can't forget him still. Like you said, bro, when you think of his name, you think soldier, like, you think, like, friend, you get me? You think, like, even those bare little things, like, he would be like, "Rah, what?" He would even ask man sometimes, like, "Rah, how you feeling?" and that, you know what I mean? There, like, he's a friend that would check up on man. He would call man, like, "Rah." Even one time, yeah, he was going Joe and that fam. He's come to my house, yeah. Man's bring a stereo, he's bring best stuff. He's like, "Hold this." I'm like, "Bro, well, I'm not holding this for." He's like, "Cause I'm going Joe." So how do you know you're going Joe, bro? You get me? He's like, "Nah, man knows, bro. Man's not beating this one." You get me? Like, and just come and just gave man everything. And I'm thinking, this is the man at his lowest point, you know. He's going Joe. Really in his head, he could say, "Oh, mum, like when I go to a sea cat or whatever, hold my stuff for me." You know what I mean? They're like what a normal man will think, because he's going Joe. He wants everything. What's his CDs? Where man gave me everything, fam. Literally, and just said, "I'm going Joe, and I just don't want none of this." You get me? Like, he was just a proper friend, man. R.I.P. Danny, man. One love, man. You get me? Trust me, bruv. It's just sad still. You get me? But and back to what you were saying as well, yeah, with the mental health, like, because we're older now. It's not like when we was young, we know each other's situations, innit? We're in the same environment, we're in the same estate, so certain things we will know, oh, yeah, this person and his dad ain't there, or whatever it is. But as we get older, we got kids, we got other life stresses now. We don't know what's going on, so we might call each other, whatever. But if we're not really checking on each other, yeah, it's like you're leaving your friend in a lurch, if you know what I mean. You get me? Like, because the mental health, he might not want to say, he might not want to open up to you, or you see what I'm trying to say, my bro? Like, you might feel away, do you know what? I might not have this, yeah, or I might want to be doing my drive, just little things. But man might laugh at me because they've all got their license and think, "Well, bruv, you should have done that when I done that." You know what I mean? The stereotype. So I think we need to be more open with each other, especially as males, innit? You get me? And friends. Like, and not be afraid, innit, man? Because I'm always here, bro, as a brethren, you get me, fam? For any of my friends, like, I'm always here, and I'm never judging, man, fam. Like, man can always talk to me, you get me? And I want that same space, you know what I mean? There for my brethren as well, like my real day ones like yourself. So I'm saying, my bro.
So I feel like, and it's crazy because one death could bring back so much people, because I ain't seen Perini for years. I ain't linked up with a man them like that for years, you know what I'm saying? And for me, that was just a good link up in general, that we all linked up and we was just speaking, having fun and just busting joke. There's so many more people that could have come, like Squeaky. There's spare people that man wanted to invite, because man has to really look at it like this, yeah. You see, as man's grown older now, yeah, like, man knows the value of friendship a little bit more, especially when you raise with someone. Like, man's lost a couple people still, and it's only when you said it to me last time I saw you, like, manner, and I was like, oh yeah, manner,
yeah, bro.
Damn, son.
And he was part of that same journey. That
like, man's lost some friends in the streets. Like, it's not a joke. Like, you know when man says man's lost friends, like, man's just thinking of Dre, yeah, because he was like the youngest. I think he was like the first one to die.
He was our first friend that we lost.
He was the first fatality.
Yeah.
But then, like, when you think of it, man lost a couple. We lost a couple people, bro.
Yeah, man.
Manor, and now man saying Slams. I say Danny. You know what I'm saying? And you know what, like, even like Danny, like, I got so much memories there when Juice started that song of him, Danny Annie, the link down Fanny. I like that's that.
And you know what, yeah? Juice, I was with him the other day on the pod and he was talking about, and I spoke about that still. That was
But it was like, obviously it was mad, yeah, but it was
fun. Do you remember when that was though? That was on, I think it was either Hassan or Juice's birthday, and them time they were living in Gypsy Hill, and there was literally about 15 of us and 15 of Hassan's brethren. So it was all of us basically, the younger ones and us lot. And we was all in Juice's room, Hassan and that was all in their room. And Danny was, I remember, I'll never forget it. And I can't remember, there's that bow, with it. The day I ever seen it. And we was all spitting for some reason. I don't know what happened. But Juice just started to saying that. He gave me, and Danny was getting upset.
Yeah, that was mad.
He wanted to fight.
He wanted to rock him still.
Man, stop saying that, bruv. Man, stop saying that, bruv.
It sounded catchy though, because man still remembers it to this day.
To this day, you get me? Like, if he was to call me, I would.
Because remember, Juice don't spit in it, so it was kind of rare to hear Juice spit.
Say something, yeah.
So when Juice spat, man was like, "Nah, that is sick." And that was the only lyric he had. And like, you know, back in the day, yeah, you know, I realized with us, yeah, Tulsillians, yeah, one thing that we're the best at is cussing. It's because we spent so much time dissing each other. But we would just cuss each other as jokes. Yeah. Like, you'd have T1 dissing, man.
Yeah, T1 was the classic, fam.
He used to.
He was the best, one of the best.
He was one of the best, and sly with it as well.
Yeah,
like he would diss you, and you wouldn't really know.
No, yeah. The classic one will be Remember the days where we'd be out, and it wasn't cool to wear socks, bro. Like it wasn't cool to not wear socks. Like you have to have socks on. You know, like nowadays you can bust a little loafers with no socks on. That's the little fashion.
Yeah.
Them days there, rude boy, you could not be on the road without socks. So there was certain man, I'm not gonna bait them up, but there was certain man who would be on the block sometimes.
No socks.
They just put their trainers on, you know, like they're in Jamaica and that. You get me? No socks and their ankles are dry, And T1, we'd be in the block like 10 of us, and T1 would purposely be like, what socks are you wearing? And he would lift up the trouser. And then, you know, like man would be like, diamond socks. Like, yeah, fam. And then you see by the time he gets to that person, that's not wearing the socks. Everyone's busting up.
That was
and they're like, no, move, don't touch my leg. Don't touch my leg. And they know, fam. But you're right, we used to have remember, like, hey, and all that, like,
hey,
yeah, like someone's chatting, we were like, hey, like, people will never know what that means. You get me? That's our own little slang. Or the repeat. Oh, like someone will be like, yeah, blood, I'm gonna win football today. I'm gonna score 10 goals. Man will be like, I'm going to score 10 goals. Like, you get me? That's soul, bro.
Yeah.
You get me? We, like you said,
I think we was the most sarcastic, rude, friendly people on the planet. Because we would diss each other. It would be, bro, I remember man dissing each other for like 20 minutes, bro. But it's love, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It was love, man. It was love still. We would diss each other about everything.
Man, like Paris. I remember Paris.
I was with him the other day as well. Big up Paris still. You get me? I was at the funeral with him and that. Yeah, now Paris. He is another one. He was good at cussing. Cause I remember one time he got me still. I was so angry, fam. I had trainers we were that were a bit bust down. You get me? Them days there, like. And he got me, fam. Cause you know Paris, he was a fly guy. You get me? He was always fly. So I must have brushed him like, right, you look like a Marley or something. You get me? He said, and then there was like bread on the floor, and he said to me, shut up, bruv. Your trainers are gonna eat that bread, fam. We was in Norwood walking down, remember? Everyone laughed at me, fam. I wanted to fight everyone, fam. I wanted to fight everyone that was laughing. You know what I mean? There, like, he dealt with man differently. But you had to take, like, that's how it went. Like, you had to be able to have thick skin at that time.
Do you remember when you got bagged in McDonald's?
Oh, allow me, bro.
Do you remember when you got bagged in McDonald's? And I told you, brother. What did I say to you?
Pass me the gas. But, and I'm like, nah, fam. R.I.P. Man, the man was there that day. But why did I get bagged in McDonald's? Because...
someone done something, innit?
No, because someone snitched on you in school.
Oh, yeah.
And they were working in McDonald's later on in life.
Yeah.
And man pointed them out to man. And man went to do it. You get me? But obviously, the guy was on his shift. You see what I'm saying? So...
we was reckless, innit?
And then they called the police, but the McDonald's, they try to keep man in there. It's like they twined us. So by the time they got in, I'm thinking, right, like, you're like, yeah, just pass me thing on the thing. Because they're onto you. But I'm thinking, right, they're onto all of us. I'm thinking, if I pass you anything, you're just going to get bagged. But you didn't even care. That's when I was like, you're a real one, though. You know that, innit? Because, you always said that to me. You was like, Fen's dumb. He actually didn't pass me what I told him to pass me and got nicked. But now I was like, no, but why am I going to pass you something that I'm carrying to make you hot, fam?
No, because I didn't mind getting bad because it was my kind of like beef. Does it make sense?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So I was like, just pass me the thing because obviously I know you was the one that's putting it on the youth. So more likely you might not chest me. But I was getting ready to duck anyway.
You was on it.
So if they would have came in and went to you, I would have started ducking. I would have run into Chalice, so they wouldn't have caught me.
I just saw a bare gang unit come in and I kind of froze still. Because she was like, bro, I'll go in the toilet right now. Just, bro, touch. I was just like, fuck this. And then next minute, it's like, because man even had time. When man thinks about it now, one of them's come up to us, but then I think there was another Jake or two Jakes, and they've gone and spoke to the guy.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said we got like a little bit of time. Yeah, that's why I was looking at you. Yeah, I was like, right. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. I remember I got bagged on the train with gas. I don't think you lot remember.
That was serious. Remember when they were bagging man for gas in them errors there? They were on man still.
That's still on my record to this day, you know. Yeah,
but did you get back before me?
Yeah, I think I did. Yeah. It was on the train. Once.
I was thinking, Rob, why am I gonna make you get back twice with gas, bro? Like,
yeah, I got bagged on the train.
Not your fault.
It was an edict thing. They gave me like a a caution. It wasn't even nothing serious. But they classed it as firearms.
Yeah.
They classed it as fire. Did they say the same thing as you?
Yeah, it's firearms. And
They're jokers, man. That was a joke, man.
That was just some little pepper spray, you know what I mean?
It wasn't serious, man.
You get me? But yeah, man. Nah, man. I've been seeing the pod though. I've been seeing the magic working still. Can't lie. Do you know what though? Do you know what was my favorite still when I was sitting there and I was happy, fam. I saw you on Bobby's thing, fam.
Because he put toe seal on it. Because, you know, I don't think no one toe seal's actually been on it.
No one for toe seal.
Yeah. You had to put the toe seal on it.
Asking you, like, what's so special about toe seal? I was like, this guy don't know, bro.
He don't know nothing. Bro. He don't know nothing.
You get me? Like, we know about Peckham and that, and we know, you get me, Peckham had their own thing that was special. Rare gigs come out. All right, cool, fam.
Our ends was mad, you know, because we had NARM youths that used to come to the ends, and we had Brick youths that used to come to the ends.
Jim Jones, you get me? Now you can pick up your Jim Jones. I will never forget. Listen, when man watched that, do you remember that? When Santana and them, man, they come over to England. They come over to London and Tanner and them, man, they're from Old Trey and Dubsy and them, man, there must have, get in there, because these man tried to finesse. I think Cameron tried to finesse some show, some booking that I think Mega Man and that was involved in. So anyway, you remember, everyone remembers.
Yeah. Old school.
And then when they're there now, and then Santana's there, they're like, put the chain on, put the chain on, and swing the chain there. And then next minute now, they said to him, he's like, yeah, man, hold tight, Killer Cam. The man was like, no, fuck that. 3 Carton, 345, 3 my brother, Jim Jones. Then he goes to Santana. Now you can pick up your Jim Jones, bro. That's a classic.
That was sick.
That's a classic. And like you said, that's obviously I've got it.
But they don't know who that Jim Jones is.
You get me?
They don't know who that Jim Jones is.
You see what I'm saying? That's our guy, man.
3 younger Bricko as well.
Yeah, man. 3 young Bricko, man. Yeah.
I was speaking to him recently as well. I was speaking to him. He's a big man now still.
Big man, bro.
Big man, big beard. He's on his team. Yeah, I'm happy
you
for him.
messing me off some page like, and I'm like, if this is Bricko, video call me right now, because it didn't even say his name or nothing. It's just like some blank page. Man shouted, man. Like, okay, yeah, it's you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's on some fitness thing, man. I hope when he comes out, he's out soon still.
And he was talking like his mentality is just
no, he's changed. He's changed. He's a big man. He's a big man now. He went in there as a boy and came out as a man. You know what I'm saying? So
and at least he's got some life left to live. You get
me? Yeah, of course. He's got lots of life to live, man.
Yeah.
He's still got a couple, like 5-6 years. He can get a few kids and married and get a family and start something big out here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
I told him when he comes out, I need to start his own podcast telling youths about the roads and it. You know what I'm saying?
Because that's what I was just about to say. Because that message is powerful. Like all these youths out there, you know, I know you lot. There's a lot of you involved in certain things, and you know, you might think it's cool to be out there and you know, drilling, man, with your Rambo or whatever you're doing, yeah. But you know what I'm saying, that these people that we're talking about are actually people that are close to us. So like Jimmy and Bricko, you get me? They got caught in an unfortunate circumstance. Jimmy's a bit older, you get me? So they gave Jimmy, I think, a 30 years rec. 34. Look at that, 34 years, yeah? They gave him 34 years. Jimmy was about, I can't name how, but he was in his 30s when he went jail, wasn't he?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, I believe he was about 30. So when he comes out of jail, he's going to be in his 60s, 70s, bro, if he gets parole. You get me? If he holds it down.
If he does half of it, but still half is a lot of 34, you know.
He's probably done half
that's
of it
17
already.
years.
He's probably nearly done half of it already.
17 years, bro. That's mad.
Yeah, that's... and
17 years. And I think they gave him life.
Yeah, 34. But when you get that 34, bro, you getting there's none of that, bro.
Well, he might do 3/4 then, and then parole.
I don't know about that.
Compassion or something.
Maybe if he holds it down in jail and
he ain't holding it down.
But it's just a story, yeah. And it's just it's not even a story. It's just truth to you, like to the youths out there, blood. Like to wake up, fam. Don't throw your life away, because as much as we're saying Bricko's got life left, he still had a lot of life, childhood that he could have lived when he was out. You know, obviously, unfortunately, what's happened, and you know he's had to learn from it, and he's done well. But there's a lot of youths that are in that position, and yeah, man, don't throw your life away, man. It's not worth it. You get me? Over an argument, over someone screwing you, over disrespect. You know what I'm saying? If you could walk away from that situation walk away, man. It'll make you the bigger person. So I'm trying to say, because yeah, man, it's sad still. It's sad. Free the man them.
It's crazy because you know, like when you think of like them stories there, yeah, of man getting 34, it sounds like, you know, because we've heard so much like horror stories in the hood, yeah, 34 years doesn't even sound bad. But bro, you know when you really deep it, like if you're 30 and you get 34, you're 35, yeah, bro, you're not coming out to like you're 70.
Exactly.
Or 60.
Especially if you're a man that's done bare jail.
Bro, man don't even live that long because they get diabetes, all kinds of illnesses.
Exactly.
Like your kids, like I'm pretty sure his son's all a big man in it now.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure his son's a big man. You know what I'm saying?
He's got big children, you know, and that's the ripple effect as well, because everyone wants to grow, see their children grow. They want to be with their children. You get me? And sometimes when you get caught in the heat of the moment, it's like you forget. You know what I mean? There, like we're humans, innit? But when you're in that fiery mode, that's when you have to take that split second to say, nah, you know what? I got my youths there, you know. I got my mum here. I got my dad here. Or I got this on the line. Like, I got a lot of people relying on me. So it's a lesson to all you youths out there, man. You don't need to, you know, just stay focused and don't get drawn out here, man.
What do you mean?
Get me, like, drawn out by peer pressure, drawn out by social media. You get me, seeing their man, like their rivals or whoever their class as their rivals on social media, dissing them on a song, and then they saying, all right, cool. Because you know what? Someone told me a story about some, like, I don't even want to say it, but youths that are local, when I'm hearing how they're behaving and what they're saying, like, oh yeah, my man said that I'm not on it, yeah, and I'm not a shooter. And then he comes back and tells you, yeah, I just went round the other side and I done my thing. Now man can't say I'm not a shooter. I said, what? When a man's told me that, I said, no way. Like, even how Tulsa is now, the whole of Tulsa was beefing, bro. I heard that, Upper Tulsa was beefing Upper Tulsa. I saying, what the hell?
Where?
That's what I'm hearing. Like man from that new estate, youths from new estate don't like youths from high trees. That's what I don't know if you get me. Like, so that's what I'm saying to these youths, because these youths are growing. It's the younger and younger generations. Like, look up from when we was growing up. All right, Lower Tulsa, we never had mad on animosity with them. We didn't really mess with them, but we wasn't trying to kill them, fam. That's the way. They wasn't trying to kill us either. We're still alive. They're still alive. Then the youths that, you know, was a little bit younger than us started getting a bit wilder. Then the ones that were younger started moving even more wilder. Shooting, stabbing.
Now bodies are dropped. And I believe once bodies drop, I don't think it can never change. The funny thing, when I hear Lower Tulsa and Upper Tulsa beefing, yeah, like, they need to link up, bro, because there's so much more that you can do. And when they're going to link up eventually, like, they'll grow older, and it'll just be dumb to them. Like, oh, you're from the ends, yeah, I'm from the ends, well, we from Upper, yeah, man, say less. Like, it's not a thing anymore, because man's kind of like out of that gang life. You know what I'm saying? Because gang life only lasts until, like, you know, you can't be gang at 25 or 26, 27, or like you got 3 kids and all. Like, what are you banging?
Certain man that are gang, that probably is gang members at that age, innit?
What do you mean? Like who?
I don't want to say certain names, yeah, but I look where we are now.
Yeah,
just the ends we're in.
Yeah, but them man,
like them youths, yeah, they're big men and they're still beefing.
But I don't really think they want it. I think it's just happening because of like, because I feel like when someone dies, it's like you either got 2 things. Your brother's either gonna keep riding for you and get down someone on the other side. Then it's like it's a back and forth now. It's like ping pong, ping pong, ping pong, ping pong. Like who can get who. Then Fen gets touched. I start crying. I go down there, lick down the innocent guy. Yeah, do you see how the game goes? That's how the game goes. And then I go jail for 30 rec. It's just part of the game, and I feel like, with this beef thing that these youngers are on now, it doesn't even make financial sense. Exactly. Because you lot are trying to make music and trying to get your mum out the hood, but then in the same breath, you're ready to go prison for the hood. So it's an oxymoron. I call it an oxymoron. Like, you can't be saying I'm getting my mum out the hood, but at the same time, I'm willing to die for the hood. Because then I'm not getting my mum out the hood. All I'm doing is making my mum go to another funeral and pay for a funeral that she probably can't even pay for.
Yeah, and when she probably goes to the funeral, it's probably her friend's son as well. You get me? The ones that you're beefing with, it's probably her friend. She knows, you know, like the family and that. another thing as well, I saw something here on it was on TikTok. Yeah, there's one guy and he was saying he went to go and link up with Bando K to do an interview with him, innit? And when he's linked Bando K, yeah, he's linked Bando. I can't remember what the guy's name is. That guy that's trying to fight Bouncer, basically. You know about him? Who? The big Asian brother. He's trying to fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot his name. Emilio or something like that. But I think it was him anyway. He was sitting down on a podcast. He was like, so when I've linked Bando K, man's linked my man outside a £2.5 million house. So he's saying, hold on. He's thinking when he's going to link my man, he's going Broadwater Farm. You know what I mean? There, you thinking these guys. You got to remember though, these men are now they're musicians. These heady ones, these man.
Yeah, them man ain't on the hood anymore,
not
bro.
on the block,
not on the hood. But the scary thing is, and I remember Judge Soul said this, like, man keep rapping about their ends and this and that, but they're not even in the hood anymore.
Yeah.
But the youths are coming to the hood and catching innocent youths and doing them up.
Yeah.
Because they're saying that's the ends that you lot are talking about.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna come there and light up the ends, and then the innocent youth is dead. A youth that wasn't even really on nothing.
Yeah, Judge.
You know what I'm saying?
Judge hit the point. You're right.
He said that like over a year or two
yeah,
ago.
Yeah, he did about 2 years ago. So, and my man was saying the same point. He's like, bro, he's like, you're in a £2 million house, but you're still da-da-da-da. My man's like, bruv, I'm an entertainer, like, you get me? But at the same time, like you said, and that's what I think now, why these little youths are moving mad, running around with mad, like, doing madness, because, like you said, when these youths are basically, they've got big platforms, like Heady One, for instance, and he's on there dissing man from Edmonton, yeah? You're dissing the whole area of people. So there's a whole next generation of youths that are not living in wherever, Mayfair, or wherever you're living, and they're looking to go and ride out in Tottenham tonight because you've just dissed man from Edmonton. A man's coming up now, man's hungry, so man want to catch a Tottenham youth now because now if I rap about that, now I become a driller. And now this is how the game is now. So, and I feel that it's not beneficial, man. Like, I think that's why I keep saying it with the youngest. Don't get drawn out. Don't listen to everything don't believe everything you hear. You see what I'm trying to say? Like, don't believe everything you hear from these so-called drillers, bruv. Because man are living in big yards, bruv, and they're telling you about shooting this man and that man, and then they're chilling, bro. They're calm. You get me? The ones that are still in the trenches, we got to suffer. Because I'm in the trenches still, you get
Facts.
me? You know what I mean? I still got to cut through, fam.
Facts. And for me, like I say, like, I feel it for the ends as well because man's all moved out the ends, yeah? Like, when I skate through the ends now, it just looks like a ghost town, but there's youths there. Yeah. There's youths there. Yeah. Like, but they're chilling in different places because they know that the other youths will come to the block. That's right. So they're chilling in places like the Ronda blocks. Yeah. They're in, you know, we as Tulsillians, we know, if I knew a youth had beef with me in Tulsa, like a younger, I know how to circle because I circle the blocks all the time. They're looking up in the blocks, looking around the blocks.
You see movements, like a movement in there. Sorry, not movements, but like a move. You see like them in there.
Yeah. So I circle like that and look for youths. And now I've clocked that the youths are they're still there, bro, but they're just changing. So you'll see a 1-2 video pop up with some youths from up top, and you'll be like, who are these guys? All ballies, because they're not going to show their face because obviously they don't want to get caught slipping by the feds and they don't want to get caught slipping by the ops. So.
And some of them don't even want to get caught slipping by their parents as well. The ones that are, because there's some of them, you know, you got to remember some of these youths. They got mum and dad, you know, at home. Get me? Yeah, they mum buying them Balenciagas and Louis Vuittons and, you know, they made there for their birthday and that, and then they put on the belly and talk about,
No, but you know, saying that, I see a youth the other day of his mum, yeah, she was driving a Mercedes, yeah, and youth was in a Nike fleece tracksuit, 2 trackies on, one was like by his knees, and he had a belly on. And I was looking at the mum, yeah. And the mum looked like decent, yeah. And I was looking and I was thinking, right, this is mad. Just by how your son's dressed tells me so much about you as a mother. Because your son's going to the shop with you in a belly. Yeah, that's mad. Like, you're condoning this type of behavior. Now, I'm saying, I was in a suit, booted, shoes, all of that. And he looked at me and he just looked away because he's just thinking, bruv, you're not on that. Look at them shoes. Like, probably this man. Oh, look at your shoes. But in my mind, I'm just like, I'm finishing work. I'm coming home. Does it make sense? But it made me laugh in my head, yeah, that the little youth, yeah, he's going to the shop with his mum in a 22 Mercedes, but he's dressed like a thug. Yeah, and I'm thinking, if I was a youth on the ends and I saw him, I'd pressure him on the basis like, right, what are you doing around there? Like, who are you? Yeah. Because you look like something that you're not. Yeah, does it make sense? Like a threat. So I say to the little youngers, the way that you dress, it will symbolize what you're on. Does it make sense? With these youngers, You know what I'm saying? That's why sometimes I'm like, nah, I want to look at, because these youngers, they'll be thinking me and them are size, and I'll be like, nah, brother, like,
We're not the same age, you know.
Nah, man, I've put in so much work. What do I need to prove to you as a youngster?
Nothing to prove.
You know, I got something to prove to you and go and sit down for a 30 rec.
Yeah, exactly.
For what? Something that I can avoid as a grown up. Yeah. And more time, I feel like some of these kids, if some of these problems, just like we're doing right now, we're talking like grown men. Yeah, it makes sense? As grown men. Yeah. Some of these issues that some of them are going through, it could just be talked through. And man can just finish it. Yeah. Like, not everything has to lead down the route where man has to go and sit down for, because you're not going to get, more time, people think they're going to get away with stuff in the UK,
You ain't getting away with
nothing, fam. There is men that do, but there's a lot of men that don't. But and that's the ones they don't speak about.
Yes.
Out of 30 man, one man's doing a life sentence. Yeah. What about the other 30 man? They still got birded, and then out of that crew, you got one man that's probably never gone to prison. Every one of us went jail, fam.
It's true.
In different stages of our life as well. They remember Squeaky just went jail. Yeah. He just went jail. It's true. All them years he ducked it. Yeah. While man was going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Yeah. When I come out, you went. I was like, what the flip? I'm juices in. I'm like, bro, where's all the man them?
Everyone's in jail. There, Danny, you get me?
And I'm on road now. And I'm like, bro, where's everyone at? And this is just to show you that the cycle don't change. When you, unless you leave that stuff, all of us are gonna keep going to prison. Now none of us even know about prison anymore. We will laugh like, we're in prison. What the hell?
Yeah, and even to hear that word, it's just kind of just like, yeah, like I can't be doing that again.
Like you hear one man come out, like the other day you heard man come out, obviously, you know what I'm saying? But that's not something that we're like, it's not like we're going busting shops, because we're not doing it every week, bro.
Man, celebrate that, man.
Man, it's celebrating you come out of prison. No. I'd rather celebrate that you got a job.
Yeah.
I celebrate that you had a child. Yeah. I celebrate that you got married, or you loving your missus, bro.
That's right.
I got time for celebrating foolishness, bro. Yeah, and that's one thing that we do in our community a lot. We celebrate the badness, like being bad is like a sport. Like, bro, I want my son to be a neek, bro.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
I want man to say, oh, like neeky you. Yeah. He's neeky, cool. He's neeky, but he's not a bad boy, cool.
Even what if he knows to defend himself, and he don't need to go out there and go and mash people up, and you get me, and be a like I said, be a road man or be a bad man. No, we don't want that with our children. You see what I'm saying? We want like, that's breaking the cycle. We have to break that cycle, because you got to remember. I think we was talking about this one time as well. With like and we think we was talking about parents and that. I remember, and then I was even saying there's some children that like their dads were gangsters. You get me? They come from crime families. Yeah. So there's some, and it's the same thing. If we at our age now, like because we're at that peak, if you know what I mean, we still got our youth, but we're at the adult stage, yeah. And then our children that are growing up now, if we're doing the same things what we was doing back in the days and going on the same way, we're gonna turn them into career criminals. We're gonna turn them into, you see what I'm trying to say? Then we're being the crime family as well, because even though you're looking at it and saying, the craze, this, that, you're doing the same thing. It might not be on the higher scale, but you're not breaking that cycle. And that's why I rate all the man them, because we all feel we have the same passion for our children. We have the same passion for our siblings. Like, we was out here doing. We don't want you to do that. When our peoples are coming out of jail, man, I don't need to post you coming out of jail. Man, I'll put you on man's platform. Man, you get me? Man, I'll put you in the studio. Man, I'll hook you up with this person, try and make you get a job. Or that's what we need to be celebrating. The other day I see one you on my Snapchat, like he buys food off man and that. He's a cool brother. I see him graduate from uni. I didn't even know he was going to uni, because he's always portraying the road thing. Like, because he's around these certain individuals.
He has to put up an image.
And I'm being real rare. You see these individuals, for me, it's because I see a lot of new age stuff. You know, like back in the days, when we was bad, it was just normal. It wasn't like, we wasn't bad because it was cool to be bad. We're just bad because we're just bad breed. You get me? We're just bad breed children. Yeah. But these youths are good, like the people that I see the youth around are good youths. You get me? Like, but they've gone jail, or they might sell a little this or whatever, or hustle or whatever. But I see the youth go uni and graduate. All the time the youth never told me he's in uni. And I said to him, yo, bro, congratulations. When you next on the ends, come get some food and let's sit down, and I'm proud of you. And he said, you know what, fam? Man like you motivate, man. A man like you, when I see you, I said, raw. I didn't even know that, but I congratulated him straight away. Because I remember even when we was talking about this before, we like to celebrate popping champagne on man that come out of jail. You get me? Oh yeah, my man's a killer. Oh, he's a legend. Like, you get me? Oh, legend. What legend, bro? You sold crack in our community, bro. You get me? You sold heroin in our community. You're a pussy, oh, bruv. Straight. You get me? You're not no legend, bro. You get me? You killed. You caused genocide to your own people, fam. You see your own an ex-black man and look at him as a threat. That's part of genocide, bro. That's like, you get me? You're not a legend, bro. You see what I'm saying? What did you do for your community, bro? What youngers did you help, fam? You get me? And that's why every single younger that's been around me, up to this day even now, they can never say I sent them OT. They can never say I gave them nothing to do. They could say, "Rah, Fen hooked me up with Asher Senator. Fen hooked me up with this Code 7. Fen put me on a podcast." You know the way that Fen done a grime set or whatever it is. And my little brethren say, "Yeah, my parents said thank you." You know what I mean there? Because that's what I try and do, fam. And that's legendary to me in my eyes. That's gangster. You know what I mean there, fam? Helping the younger generation. What you're doing, this is gangster, fam. You get me? Like, yeah, back in the days, we was cruddy. But this is gangster. You see what I'm saying? Changing the narrative, showing everyone in the ends that you can do something. You know what I mean there with yourself? You can create a big platform. You can motivate people in different ways. Like you said, people are DMing you saying, "Raw, bro, I feel." Do you know how powerful that is, fam? You get me? And then there's orders on our blocks, still doing the same thing, giving people this, that. Nah, fam, that's not gangster, bro. You're not a legend, bro. You get me? We're legends, bro. You see what I'm saying? Straight, fam. We're legends, bro. Yeah, man.
It's deep. It's deep because I feel like anyone that can make it out of the hood's a legend.
Yeah.
Because there's some man that never made it out of the hood, bro. Like, and I mean mentally. I'm not even talking about physically because man's been replaced, but his mind's still the same. So to me, you ain't a legend, bro. Being a legend to me is someone who got out the area and started a life somewhere else, and he's known in that area, and he doesn't need to be known for any foolishness. He's known for a whole different thing now. That's to me, like, I feel like we go through 3 stages in life, like when we reinvent ourselves. Like when we're younger, like as a teenager, we reinvent ourselves. And in our 20s, we have another stage, and then we have the last part of our lives where we kind of reinvent ourselves to the person that we want to be, and we feel comfortable in our skin because we've gone through so much now. We've realized what we want and what we don't want around us. And I feel like when you're young, like it looks appealing, this lifestyle, innit? I can't lie to you because man, we was in it, bro. We was there. We was in the front line with it. So we was outside Joe's, bro, like every day on smoke, like who wants what, bro? Like we was there. You know what I'm saying? Always had weapons, always ready for this. So I understand that life, like your family and all that, like you feel like these men are your family, but I'm saying create bigger now. You got more opportunities to become famous than we did. Like if we had the same opportunities they had now, bro, would have been musicianal stars. Yeah. But would our lives be taken short though? Because would people try to kill us? Yeah. Do you see where I'm going? It's like we'd have to be talking about dead ops and stuff like that. Because at that time we would have been very disrespectful. Yeah. Imagine someone talking about Dre to us. We'd have been like, what? We'd have spoken about all their dead homies and gone to their block as well. So it's like, I understand where these youngers are coming from, but I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it at all. And I know that, you know, it sounds mad because I was living it and I understand it more than anyone. But I just think in my head, if you say you're a legend and you're older and you're this and you're that, then put the youths onto some real game of like starting a business or trying to become independent of the government, or that's what I call boss moves, you know what I'm saying? Or even saying to a younger, bro, is it worth it? Like I saw one of the youngers, I'm not gonna say his name, but he's mad prolific and his name rings mad bells and he's done this and done that and stuff's happened to him. And I saw him outside, it's not even Joe's anymore. I don't call it Best One or something, bro. So it's like Best One, I just still call it Joe's.
Yeah, it's Joe's, man.
And I said to him, like, what's going on? He's like, I just come out of jail. I said, bro, do you really want this life? He's like, what do you mean, bro? Man, are onto me after roll of my ting. And he's like, every car that's driving past, I can see him looking into you. Who's that? Like, he's mad paro.
Can't even have a conversation.
Like, he's not even looking at me. He's looking at the roads. Yeah. And I'm looking at him in his eyes and I'm just seeing fear. And I'm like, this is what this life really brings? It's a constant state of anxiety. Yeah. Like, and that's part of the roads that nobody talks about, the mental health side, where man starts to develop anxiety. Because even me, I still suffer from PTSD. Like niggas someone walked up on me the other day, bro, I jumped. Yeah. It's like nigga tried to tap me from behind. Yeah. That person was an innocent person. But I just never saw them coming and I just jumped. You know what I'm saying? Because man's been through shit when niggas tried to get me from behind. So I'm in my mind, I'm like, oh shit. You're you know what I'm saying? So man still, so these are the effects of the roads. Like even when you leave it, you be in flipping Liverpool and you be moving digi.
No, of course.
And I know that's a survival tactic and all that and be on point and know your surroundings, whatever, and that's how men survive. But it's not, when you go into certain circles of people, they don't live like that, man.
They don't, bro.
They don't live like they're looking at us like we're weird. Like,
yeah, you're right.
Like we animals, bro.
Like for instance, like I've been in work environments and for instance, might go for a little drink after work with people and I might be there just moving a certain way, and they'll be like, "Why'd you keep moving like that? Why'd you keep moving like that? Was you in the army or something?" Like, you know the way there, like, it's mad still, because it's not normal behavior to act like how we've grown to act, thinking, "Oh, what is that? Feds? Is that man rolling up on me, or someone coming to spoil the evening?" It's not normal, because not everyone grew like that. You get me? Not everyone lived life like that. You see what I'm trying to say? It's peak, fam. But yeah, man, that's why man likes the transition that man's making in life now. You get me? As an adult. Yeah, man. I like rolling on my own. You know, like before you roll with certain people, they might be in certain madness, whatever. You don't know who you're rolling with. You get me? I like rolling and being on my own. I could go anywhere I want. I'm not worried about this area, that area. You see what I'm saying? I walk freely. I walk with God. You know what I mean? There, like, because at the end of the day, man, I'm blessed. Because there's enough youths. They can't even like, a youth might live in one area and you can't go to the other side of that area. And it's like, don't you know you're a prisoner? You might as well go to jail, bro. You've got more space in jail. And that's why I say, a toy in jail and that.
Yeah, and that's why I think for even like them man there, yeah, when they go jail, because it's a reality when you go jail and you really do see the ops and there's nowhere to run, bro.
Nowhere to run. And you ain't got your weapon of choice. You know what I mean? You have to think on the spot. You see what I'm trying to say?
And that's why it's dangerous for all these youngers. But I really generally think that growing up in Tulsa, for me, it taught me a lot about life in general. That's why I feel like everyone from Tulsa, if you realize, all of us live in different areas, but we're just coexisting there peacefully.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
We could all move anywhere, and I say this to everyone. Yeah, I know this is gonna sound like a mad statement, but if you're from Tulsa, you can live anywhere in the world.
Word.
Anywhere.
Word.
If you can survive Tulsa, you can survive anywhere. Like
me?
That's the realest.
Yeah.
Like, because Tulsalians, we're the most. I can't even explain it. Like, we're the most. Like,
the survivors, man. You get
proper.
Me? The survivors.
Like, man,
survivors
proper
in that jungle, bro.
Yeah, bro. Like, if you come from Tulsa, you can live anywhere.
You see what I'm saying? A lot of areas, you got to remember, a lot of areas as well, yeah, they lived off of the rep of their name, bruv. They lived off the rep of their name. So Peckham had the rep. You get me? We made the rep. That's the difference why we always like, bro, we had to make our area like, because everyone's like, oh, you lot Brixton. No, bro, we're Tulsa, bro. You get me? Like, that's our area.
But you know, to describe it to someone, like, say you meet someone in jail, yeah, and they're like from North, and they're like, where you from?
I just
like,
say Bricky.
Man will say Bricky
Yeah,
because they don't understand Tulsa. They don't
Yeah.
understand Tulsa.
They'll be like, where's that?
I'll be like, I'm from Tulsa.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, where's Tulsa? I'm like, near Brixton.
Yeah.
Like, you get it? Like,
That's exactly what I was saying.
near Brixton.
Basically Brixton. You get me?
Because then they'll be like, oh,
Yeah.
you're from that side.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
always.
them says, oh, we're PDC, da. Yeah, no problem. Yeah. Someone will say, some people even say, oh, what near Peckham are? Yeah. If that's what you want to think.
It's funny because
that's your geography. Cool. Yeah,
it's funny because Brixton Hill and Tulsa are SW2.
Yeah.
And back in the day, we used to rep SW2.
SW2, one postcode.
It wasn't like man separated.
Yeah.
So man would go to Bricky Hill and chill with the Bricky Hill youth.
Because it's our old
Bro,
postcode.
I used to love, bro, all my OGs from Bricky Hill, yeah, you know who you are, like the proper OGs. It's love.
Yeah.
And that's why when I heard youngers saying they got beef here, I got beef in Montreux Gardens, I got, like, bro, like.
Remember Mount Earl, that was our little spot. Like, you go Mount Earl, go check Blacks and that. You get me? Like, Juice had his family up there. Like, Mount Earl was cool. You know what I mean? There was one or two people that was funny down there. But in general, it was love. Never a problem.
Yeah, it was never a problem. It was never a problem. It was never a problem.
A lot of these areas were just like oh, raw. Like, even Bricky Hill one time, man's down there. Even with that madman Danny, R.I.P. my brethren, flipping. He's took us on a mad thing. We're there. Next minute, we're getting chased by bare youths, bruv. But then we got ballies on, innit? So we backed off the ballies now. They're looking at man like, oh, it's you, man. What? You know why you say it's Tulsa? Like, bruv, man didn't even want to poke no one up to that, I swear down. Why it's you lot? Like, you get me? That's exactly how it was. So, yeah, bro, we had to put the name on the map, man. And that's why Tulsa has a close place to our heart, innit? And it's like anywhere else has got a trench and a garrison, but it's, yeah, man, Tulsa was somewhere special, bro. Like, definitely somewhere special. And all the people from there, they're talented, bro. There's a lot of talent. Like, look at Stax, fam. Look at Stax, bro. Stax is one of the best rappers on the planet, bro. You know what I mean there? Like,
yeah.
bro.
Word.
Caps. You know what I mean there, fam? Like, these guys are prolific, like bars, like just like you get me. Ah man, we've had mad talent on our block, bro.
Johan, there's
Johan, you get
millions.
me.
Even Tiny, bro.
Tiny, big up Tiny, you get me.
There's bare man on there.
Byros, you know what I mean? Like Byro Mandeezy and the man there, you get me.
There's millions of them. There was billions of.
You see what I'm saying?
Man.
Like
D4W, all of them, man.
Yeah, Barry, you get me. Midge, you see what I'm saying? Daz. Yeah, Roots with the productions.
Yeah, come on.
You know,
and you know, I find it like so amazing that we can all like, and that's what I'm saying. We used to have clashes with man, but it was always peaceful. We never used to think about, oh, I'm gonna take my man's life outside.
Yeah, no, we didn't.
Like most it was a little push, a little scuffle,
little
like,
scuffles and that.
you know, a little swing, like man will swing a bang.
Plug the mic out. And
but man never thought about taking man's life, and that's why I said these new youngers, friend, they're very different because they're thinking about killing their friend that they've known since childhood. Yeah. Like, yeah, he's up now, man, I have to kill my friend.
Yeah, it's not right.
You know what I'm saying? And like, man are making songs about it. He was my friend in school. Now, when I see him, I'm onto him. I'm like, okay, cool, no problem.
Now I'm smoking him in the biggest spliff. You get me? I'm
saying?
like, raw.
That's wild to me, you know?
When did smoking the spliff become smoking dead people, bro? I'm confused, dude, bro.
Nah, that's Chicago culture.
Yeah, nah, of course.
They're smoking on Tuka.
Yeah.
Smoking on that Tuka pack.
They've been smoking Tuka for years, boy.
They've been smoking Tuka for years,
bro. Flipping hell. Let the guy rest.
Aye, let him rest, bro. Let him rest, bro.
You get me?
I took his name to this day.
He's famous because of that, bro. Like, literally.
Imagine a new song could come out tomorrow and be like, get that Tuka pack. And I'll be like, what the flip?
Someone should have made a Tuka pack, fam. That would have went, that strain would have went flying, fam. Literally, bro. Not even trying to disrespect the dead like that still, but yeah, they've been smoking him for years. And I used to be like, who's Tuka? What's that? I literally used to think Tuka was a strain of, like, you know, like Ami and that.
Yeah.
I thought Tuka was.
That's how they made it sound. That's how they made it sound.
Literally, told my little brother and all these, like, no, that's them, lot, FGBGs people. And I'm saying, oh my God.
Yeah, I done my research and all that stuff. That stuff is scary.
That's I had to do the war in Chirac. You get me? And look at the war in Chirac and what was going on, car.
Yeah, them man are on some different stuff, man. I feel sorry for them, man. But you know, like, them man, their life is different to ours, yeah? And that's why I hate, like, that we try to emulate that. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not like that, bro. And it will never be like that. You know what I'm saying? Because the UK, you go and commit an M today, you're getting bagged sooner or later, bro. Yeah. There's a very slim chance you're getting off an M, bro. So I told man, if you commit the M, just say that you're ready to go prison. It's
true.
You know what I'm saying? And with the way that you are nowadays, anyway, they don't care because they'll be in a song like, I heard that you got nicked for the perm murder.
What?
Yeah, I heard that you today got nicked for the perm murder.
Don't lie.
Yeah.
What was he saying it in his song or something?
He just got nicked for it, bro. They nicked him. And you know when the feds nick you and they've taken their little time. Yeah. Because remember the innocent man got killed. The Uber
on the bike. Yeah, a delivery driver.
Yeah, so they're not. When innocent people die in things,
yeah, they're on it more than investigating for gang.
Yeah, because if it's just a gang war, it's like
they're just like, oh well, yeah, like you get me. Like police don't really, they just want to pretend they're doing their job, but they don't. They that's helping them. That's how they look at it, raw. Someone that's, if you're active, you got to remember Jamaica's like that as well, you know. But at least Jamaica, they're more blatant with it. Your police are more blatant with it. They don't business. They'll say, yeah, man, there was a bad man, But you see here, it's like they say it behind closed doors. You get me? There, you know, it's one less person, but at the same time, it's mad because, like you said, these youths will rap about it in their song. They're snitching on themselves. But you know what I was gonna say as well? Yeah, it was about what is that about again? I'm losing my track of thought though. What was he saying again?
About the Tuka pack.
Yeah, it was about Tuka. That's it, about America. So boom. So with America, yeah, and why we get this thing twisted here as well, and I've kind of grown up and realised it now. There's, like you said, our thing, America's black struggle and our black struggle is different. Americans personalise everything. They feel that in England there's no racism. They feel that black people in England has never been through struggle. Yeah? Not saying all Americans, but a lot of them Americans, all they are concerned about is American history. Whereas the black people in England are more tuned in. That's what I feel. Rasta man will tell you about Ethiopia, tell you about Africa, tell you about, we have to go back to Africa to the roots. Yeah, tell you about Babylon and them thing there. These American rappers ain't tell you that. Another thing, their culture is the right to bear arms. So when it comes to guns and promoting guns and gun violence, it's a marketing strategy for all the gun businesses. You got to remember, just like cigarette businesses, e-cigarette, all these things, these alcohol companies, they're all companies that are made that destroy people, innit?
100%.
Yeah, so the gun people are the same. So when all these rappers and that are showing guns or they're doing certain things, that is actually helping market and make people go and buy more guns in America. You see what I'm saying? So when we're here and trying to emulate it, it's like you said, it's never gonna be that, bro. Because for one, here we do not have the right to bear arms. That is not the code of conduct of United Kingdom. That's why our police are unarmed. That's why we have armed police, but that's why our police walk with batons and shit like that. You get me? Whereas you go around the world like America, that they're more in their head it's all right to shoot someone. Like it's normal to them, bro. You see what I'm trying to say, bro? And I've only kind of gathered that as the years have gone on by watching these rappers on thing, and when they're talking, like, I had to defend myself. That's normal to defend yourself, but I'm saying to just like the way they look at a gun is like how we would look at like a knife.
Hey, I got a question to you.
Go on.
Do you know about that Jay Prince and that Quavo and that Takeoff thing?
Oh my God, let's talk, fam. What do you think? Well, go on. You was gonna ask me. I can't.
Brother, what do you think of that Jay Prince? What's Jay Prince on though? Like, I don't respect him though, bro. Like, I just feel like he's on some clown stuff. Like, he's meant to be this mob ties, big time gangster, but he's on interview talking about Quavo and Takeoff. Yeah, kind of beef and saying that my man's not part of the family. You're talking about me. Yeah. Watch out. Sending some dead threats. Yeah. But he's a grown man. He even have nothing to do with his sons. Why is he getting involved?
See the guy, see the one. So the Dread guy's his brother, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Jay Prince's brother, innit? That's the uncle, innit?
I thought that was his son.
Because he was saying, because they call him uncle. I don't know. Maybe it is his son, because that guy is old. That Jay Prince guy is old, fam. He's a dinosaur. But you see the other one, yeah, with the beard, yeah. Was he there that day?
He was.
Yeah, so they were both there, innit? So, alright, cool. So from what I've been seeing with this whole story here is that people are saying that when you go to, they're from Texas, innit? Are they from Texas or Memphis? No, they're from Texas. Houston,
Texas,
they're
from Houston.
So they're from Houston, yeah? So a lot of people for the years have said, these people are family. And like when you go to Houston, you have to check in with them, innit? You get me? Like for years, I've always heard this Jay Prince, this guy is meant to be a general, It just seems like an old, just plugged guy that knows a lot of people, money man. They're rich family. So I feel that the reason why they done that on Giddy's thing was to clear it up. But what I didn't understand is why they took in the case for one, snitching, and for two, why has even Giddy got them man on? Like, what is Giddy? You see what I'm trying to say? What's Giddy doing even having these man on your team?
I feel like he was paid off. Because he was just silent. He didn't even ask no real good questions. And he's just shook. And he's like, he's listening to him talk. And he's like, some airy silence. He could have said something, but just like.
Yeah, he was like, even at the end, he said, that's how it goes then. When he was getting onto my man, Offset. He was getting onto Offset at the end, didn't it?
Gilly?
No, Jay Prince.
Yeah.
He was getting onto Offset at the end saying, no, you wasn't even cool with these, man. This time, they're family, bro. You can't.
That's what hurt me, because I was thinking, bro, stop getting involved. I hate when outsiders get involved in in-house beef. We don't even know what that beef's about.
So, yes. So, what I got from it, and tell me if I'm right or wrong. Jay Prince, do you know why he thinks he's a bad boy? Because my man went on the podcast and said that the Migos came to their ends. They've brought a youth with them, obviously part of their entourage. Something's happened where they've had an argument, or not even an argument, disagreement over basketball. I'll pay you one-on-one. This is what he's saying. But then the guy that the Migos are with took it on himself to smack one of them, pistol whip one of their boys or something, innit? And then they've shot him. This is what they're saying. Like, they're saying, you come to our ends and disrespected us and we burn your skin. This is what they're saying still. So I'm saying, who are these people to even say this and get away with it? You know what I mean? They're like, are they even in their open case?
That is mad. Just to even talk, I just think that's snitching, and that's trying to create a narrative to get people off a case. Yeah. And the little youth that's in jail looks happy. Like the youth that done it. Yeah. Because DJ Academics kind of broke the case already. Yeah. With his little.
Yeah, cause I heard that he done a proper research and found the killer in that. That's what I heard. Still,
he's an internet boy, man. So I don't know, but I just know that if I'm being real, like Jay Prince coming on and talking about a dead person and keep talking about it in interviews, I find disrespectful. Like, I feel like your family was a part of it and you was the reason why he died. Because if they've come to you lot for protection and died, then that means you ain't doing your job right.
Yeah, you're responsible, innit?
And that's the second person to die. There was some Chicago guy called Sutton the jeweler.
Yeah, they said that though. They did say Gilly and that did say that though.
And he died as well.
Yeah, Gilly said that.
And they said Boosie set him up. But bruv, it's mad. No, but they were trying to blame Boosie. That's what they do. Jay Prince always tried to blame someone else.
Does he mess with Boosie in that though?
Because this jeweler had bare money on him, and he must have beat them at the dice game.
Yeah.
And he was just whooping them. Yeah. And he got all the money, went to his car and got robbed and shot and killed.
Yeah.
But you're meant to be under the protection of these guys. Yeah. So why are man robbing me and killing me?
So and these mans was over a dice game as well, apparently, innit? The Migos.
So every time people go to Houston, it's dangerous. People need to start wisening up, bro. It's dangerous.
Checking in with these guys anyway, bro. Like, why they just go?
Because them man, they thought they were cool, but this is what's the problem now. Jay Prince, the older, he's probably an OG, but his children are on reckless gang thing. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think that they don't have, I don't feel they have as much control as him. Like the older Jay Prince, like you said, he knows all the OGs in it from every area in Houston. So he probably knows all the rival gangs that might have beef, and he can make sure if your chain gets yapped, he's one of them, man. Right, you go Houston, man, rob you for your chain at your show, you call Jay Prince's people and they'll get it back for you. But at the same time, his sons don't have it, that same order, it looks like. And to be honest, again, Houston, that state there, you're allowed to have a licensed gun on you. If you see the youths down there, they got big machine guns on them. Like without the youths that are not fit, like Jay Prince's family and that, their youths roll with guns out. The guys have got guns, AKs or whatever they are, M16s. That's why they're like that. You get me? And the way they're talking, that's what I'm saying. That's why I say America's so difficult. The way they're talking is they're justifying it. Man's come down here, and man, my peoples have got killed. And he's talking about he sat down. Do you reckon he sat down with my man from QC for real?
Probably. Or probably spoke to him on the phone. It's hard to tell what that guy's telling the truth or not, man. Yeah. Them old guys just say stuff, but I'm just thinking a lot of people are scared of him. Yeah. Reason why, I don't know. But a lot of people are scared of him. Maybe there's stuff that we don't know about. Yeah. Like finding your mum's address and sending it to someone. Yeah. Or I think like your kids go to school or something like that. I think he's... Yeah, is your daughter good today? Like, man are waiting outside the school sending letters or something. You know, like, one of them mad intimidation tactics.
And them man, this money's long still. Because you got to remember, do you know who their artist is?
Do you know, I think he said that Drake's his artist.
What do you mean? That's their art. That's Drake. Everything they say to Drake to do, he says, how high? And you got to remember, this is why Drake here... A lot of rappers, you realise, they diss him and that, but they can't move to Drake because Drake's got these men around him, and these men have been this part of their success, especially the sons, is because of Drake, bro. Man had the OVO chain and he had the thingy one. They got another crew that they had down there back in the days. Bear man was signed to it. Bear artists. I forgot what they're called. Rap a lot. See, Rap a lot had all. They had big artists. So them man are mafia. They're the mafia of Houston.
They claim to be. I generally think if they're the mafia, then they should have protected Takeoff's life.
Yeah, they should have protected Takeoff. Bro, when I heard Takeoff died because of these, man, I was pissed with them straight away. I was like, fuck them, fam.
What do you think of all these rappers just dying now? There's just lots of rappers dying recently, isn't it?
It's a bit weird, isn't it?
One that shocked me the most was King Von, because I didn't want King Von to go, even though King Von was a top murderer.
That King Von situation sounded like a situation that my man saying that what happened with Takeoff.
Yeah, but man put his hands on him, and then his little Tim jumped out the car and just whap in the back. But King Von's one was him putting in the work, whereas my man's got killed. Takeoff's got killed for his brethren. I don't even know, bro. It's some of the case is too tricky, and that's why I said I like to stay out of these things, because you never know what's going on. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? For me, I just think that Jay Prince talking about an open case that's still going on is snitching.
No, that is 100%. Yeah, it's
like someone's got an open case right now, and I'm on my podcast talking about it.
Moving mad, yeah.
And everyone's all the blogs, and I know the blogs are gonna take it.
Yeah, of course they're gonna repost it.
So it's like, what are you really trying to do?
Yeah, he went mad still, and because he weren't there, he tried to make it like I was in my bed, this, that. For all we know, bro, they could have set him up, fam. You get me? They could have said to these man, yeah, boom. Because I think last time when they was down there, they had a little dispute as well, apparently. I think there was all there one time, and there was a little dispute.
My man stepped over the dead body like it was nothing.
I saw that. the son, the one with the beard.
Yeah.
That's when I went, and from that I just said I don't rate these J Prince man them. Like when I saw
Walk
it,
past a dead body.
and he's meant to be your brethren that you love. The only thing that was sincere though, that I would say was the I don't know that other J Prince guy with the dreads, yeah, but he actually seemed like he was heartbroken. Like not heartbroken, no, like my man's his brethren, and he knows that he's like you can see when you're hearing him talk here, he's got a lump in his throat, fam. He's like he started crying and that. He's the only one to me that seemed like sincere by what he's saying, because he didn't really. It was hard for him to kind of get into it, but them, yeah, they're dodgy. That J Prince family's dodgy still.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, man. I wouldn't like to be around them guys in general. Like I'd like to stay far away from anything like that. And
I'll stay out of their state, fam.
Yeah,
None
man.
of me there. Trust me.
But yeah, shout out Rare Talks. You already know. Hey, Fen, plug them in what you're doing.
Yeah, done know, man. We got Table Time podcast. You see what I'm saying?
Go support that people right now.
Everyone go and check that out on my YouTube
Go follow that
channel.
now.
Yeah, go and follow that out right now on Fen Dizzle on YouTube. You get me? Table Time podcast.
Subscribe to that right now. And what's your Instagram and your handles?
Real Fen on Instagram, Real Fen on Snapchat, Twitter, TikTok, Fen Dizzle.
I'm saying that like you're not gonna come track true. Like
know,
you're gonna see him every week anyway. So
I'm here, man. Man's dead there, bro. You get me? Man, we're dead there. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, man. But big up yourself as well, man. Like, and I think this was good for us to do. So thank you for bringing man back down.
Come on, bro.
And yeah, we had to set the record straight for the people. Then you get me?
Come on, man.
Yeah, man.
It's love.
Nah, love always, bro.
Bow.